G'day gamers, Aussie Wargamer here in Moree, Australia, and welcome to my channel. On this episode, I'll update you on my Cancon progress and talk a little about my plans for my display board. So let's get to it, eh? Well, this week has been a little more productive for me, which I'm stoked about. I finished my Green Knight, and I'm pretty happy with him. I haven't been able to paint the army to an amazing standard just because of time, so with a few exceptions, I've basically been painting the G-dubs method of base, wash, highlight, highlight. I know I can achieve good results quickly this way, especially when I can use my airbrush as much as possible to lay down some initial base coats and tonal variation. I also reposed my Kurnoth Hunters that Alarielle will summon on. If I get time, I'll do a Tree Lord and 20 more Dryads as well, just to give me summoning options, but I'm not expecting to have the time to do that. I wanted the Huntmaster, who already has a firm stand and be strong pose, to look a little more intimidating, so I built him pointing at the enemy he's about to charge into. One of them was a fairly simple repose, using the sword guy but giving him the scythe instead. The hunter launching off the stump was the most difficult, as I had to reposition both arms and completely rebuild the legs. I added big beast skulls from the Citadel skull box for their heads to make them stand out a little further. I also built my last 10 Dryads. These ones I converted to be coming out of trees. And finally, I got the first 5 archers done. Again, they're not painted to the most amazing standard, but I think they look decent. The whole unit of 20 will be made up of 5 models in one of 4 different main colours: the dark green, a camo green, leather brown and a burnt umber. They should look good when they're done and all together. So far I've got 16 models painted and 51 to go. I've been doing a bit of work on my display board when I get the chance as well. The concept is that it will be set in the swamp of Greywater Reach, with part of the road in the bottom right hand corner and a large swamp tree at the top left that's branches reach across the top of the board. The knights will be charging down a swampy hillock, Alarielle will be positioned in the centre of the board, and the archers will be on timber platforms in the tree. Everything else will be arranged around that. I've made the frame out of western red cedar, which has a really nice grain and varnishes beautifully. I've cut leaves for each of the corners with a scroll saw, and I'll get a little plaque engraved for the front. I'm making a book stand for the back of the board that will sit above the tree. I turned the post on the lathe and used saddle joints and lap joints to make the base of the stand. I'll cut out some leafy vines, again with the scroll saw, to use as the page holders at the front. I've been looking into bookbinding, and I think I'm going to bind my own book to go on the stand. The first half of which will be all my rules, war scrolls and cheat sheets, and the second half will be maps and written background for my army. When displayed, the book will be on the stand, open to a page that has a map of Greywater Reach and a page of narrative about Alarielle transforming the army. I'm really looking forward to putting that all together, and it's going to be a great project to break up painting miniatures. Well, that's all from me. I'd love to hear what you think of my display board idea, so drop me a comment below. Thanks for watching, and as always, subscribe if you want to hear more of my voice. Catch us later.